Good morning, good morning. I hope you can hear me okay. I thought I'd come to the great outdoors given that it's a beautiful day. Now, I wanted to talk today about the number one thing to boost your energy and make you a more calm and patient mother, and that is sleep. And it's something that unfortunately so often eludes us mums, especially while our kids are young. Now, maybe you had sleep difficulties before children came along. Maybe like me, you unfortunately got children that didn't sleep great, or maybe your children have recently started sleeping better, but you're still finding that you're really tired. So let me help you on that. I'm going to delve today into the 6 strategies that can boost your sleep. So I want to start this off by saying, let's focus on what we can control rather than what's out of your control. Now I'm going to come back to that point, but just think about that for a moment. Just bear in mind, there are certain things that are in your control and certain things that are out of your control. And it's not worth worrying about the things that are out of your control. You can't change them. Okay, so let me know if you're joining us live or on the replay by commenting below. If you have any questions or you want to know any more information, just comment below, reach out to me. More than happy to chat further, ask any questions. I'll come back and look at this thread and I'll be able to come back to you on any questions that you may have. So I think it's important that we start off today by talking about why sleep is so important. So it's something that you probably didn't give a great deal of thought to in your younger days. I think as children, you don't value sleep. It's something that is stopping you from doing the things that other people are doing. So like my daughter, for example, is always like, well, how come I have to go to bed, but you get to stay up and you get to do fun things and you get to eat something or watch TV or play this or talk to daddy or do some work or whatever it is I'm doing. She's like, it's not fair. And I get that. And especially as a young adult, I guess you get that FOMO, you fear you're missing out on something if you go to bed. If you're someone that likes to go out and party, I definitely did in my younger days, and you don't want to leave the party early. You don't want to feel like you're missing out on something. So sleep is often something that's not given, I guess, a second thought. Yes, we know we need it, but we don't worry about it too much. And like most teenagers, I think they tend to sleep in till midday and miss half the day, so they can kind of catch up on sleep. But as a mother, especially with young children, it can be so challenging to get back that sleep or to get enough sleep, because my kids are often up, 5:30, 6 o'clock, sometimes before that, and they're ready to go for the day. There's no chance of me sleeping in, staying in bed longer, hitting snooze, just relaxing, getting up when I'm ready, because a flower just fell off our tree. That's so beautiful. So there's no chance in me sleeping in. I mean, I don't know about you. I don't know how you feel and what your mornings look like, but unfortunately, my daughter's never been the type of child that sleeps until 7:30 a.m., no matter what time she goes to bed. My son used to sleep in later, but wake lots and lots throughout the night. He started waking less and giving me a better night's sleep, but he's now up earlier. So they all have their own challenges. Whatever it is that you're facing, today should help you. So why is sleep important? You probably know it's used as a torture device because our bodies need sleep. Your mind needs sleep and your body needs sleep. So your body needs sleep to rest, to repair your muscles, to basically give your digestion a chance to kind of catch up on itself, to relieve any sorenesses. It just helps massively. It massively helps up here. Your brain needs sleep. It needs to switch off for a period of time to be refreshed and ready to go again. So sleep is a fundamental human need. That's why if you deprive someone of sleep, it's so challenging. And that's why it's used as a torture device, because it's literally torturous having no sleep. So have a think about how much sleep is ideal for you. Studies generally show somewhere between 7 to 9 hours is generally considered a nice amount of sleep to have, but don't stress if you're not having that much, because unfortunately through certain seasons of our life it's just not possible. I know for a long time I really wanted to get just 7 hours of sleep. That would be great. I was struggling to get 4.5, 5 hours of broken sleep, and it messes with everything. It messes with your mood. You get, it's just generally more sad than usual. You are more likely to snap at things. You're going to get frustrated. You're going to feel anger more easily. It's more difficult to keep your emotions in check. It's also more likely to actually make you overeat, because when you're tired, your body wants to increase energy because it knows that's what we need to do. So in order to increase energy, we need to fuel ourselves. So we need to reach for something, food, to fuel ourselves. But unfortunately, when you're tired, your hunger hormone tends to turn off, which means you're more likely to overeat. And the types of foods that you crave are more likely to be those high in carbs and high in sugar, because your body is just trying to help you. It's trying to do the best thing for you, and it's trying to make you have more energy. It's trying to give you the things that you need that you didn't get from your sleep. So if your goal is weight loss, weight maintenance, to have more energy, to generally feel better, unfortunately, the lack of sleep is going to be massively impacting that. Because what happens if you haven't had enough sleep? You wake up in the morning. How likely are you to do some form of workout, movement, something like that? How likely are you to make a nourishing, amazing breakfast and think about and prepare an amazing dinner? You're not. It just feels too hard. It's much more difficult to do that. You're more likely to try and hit snooze and drag yourself out of bed when the kids have woken you up and kind of pull yourself through the day starting on the back foot. That's my experience. What about you? How do you wake up in the morning? Let me know in the comments. How do you wake up in the morning? Do you wake up with full of energy, bursting, ready to go? Are you awake the second you wake up? Does it take you a while to wake up? Do you feel like you're tired from the get-go in the morning? Do you feel tired in the morning, but then you actually feel okay throughout the day? Do you find yourself reaching for snacks and sugary foods? Is that because you're tired? Is it because you're bored? Is it out of habit? Like, what's the reason behind that? Because sleep could be the primary driver. You could be tired, and that's what's making you reach for the foods that you'd rather not reach for. That could be what's sapping your energy levels. That could be what's making you frustrated and resentful towards your partner. That could be what's making you yell and snap at your kids. And I know I don't want to do that. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I definitely still do. And I'm still tired some days. That still happens. But if we can get or prioritize our sleep, you're going to be a long way further forward in terms of being calm, being more patient, having more energy. And I think from pretty much everyone I speak to, and I know for myself, that's what I want. I want more energy. I want to be able to run around with my kids. I want to have fun with my kids. I don't want to be yelling and frustrated and too tired to do anything. So what do you want? How do you want to feel? And could that be boosted by better sleep? Now, like I said, I understand you're a mum. You're like, that's great, Tracy, but I really want more sleep. I would love more sleep, but I can't with my kids. So I have 6 strategies for you today that should help this. So whilst I might not be able to increase the number of hours you sleep, but I could definitely help to improve the quality of the sleep you have, because 4.5 hours of good quality sleep is going to trump, 4.5 hours of poor quality sleep. So let's try and improve that quality. Like I said before, I'm going to caveat this. We cannot control everything. I can't control whether your child's going to go to bed easily or not. I can't control whether your kid's going to wake up 1, 2, 3, or 4 times during the night. I can't control if your child is going to get sick or need something in the nighttime. They're things that are out of our control. Yes, you can make sure they're tired enough, ready for bed, they haven't had a nap too late, their room's dark, all those types of things. But sometimes kids just don't sleep. Maybe they're teething. Maybe it's one of those leaps that everybody talks about. They're going through a leap at the moment. They're having a sleep regression. Maybe they're just coming down with something. They're a bit sick, but you don't know, so they're more likely to wake up. Maybe they haven't had enough to eat that day. Maybe they had too much sleep, not enough sleep. They're overtired, they're undertired. There could be a number of reasons why your child wakes up. But these are the things that you can control. So I'm going to talk about what you can control, not what you can't. There's no point stressing about whether your kid's going to wake up 2 times or 10 times, because it will be what it will be. But control what's in your power. So I want you all to write in the comments now, control. And that means I can only control what I can control, okay? So point number one, most important, and this has helped me massively, have a regular sleep-wake cycle. What do I mean by that? I mean, go to bed at the same time every night and wake up at the same time every morning, even on the weekends. It helps your body clock to regulate, to understand when is sleep time and when is wake time. Because often what I find is sometimes you can get a chance to have a sleep on the weekend. And so instead of waking up at the usual 6 a.m., maybe you wake up at 10 a.m. But what that does is it confuses your body clock. And quite often, then come Monday morning when you need to wake up early again, you finding yourself dragging yourself out of bed. Has anyone ever felt that way? It could be because you're confusing your body. It's used to waking up at this time and it's thinking, hey, why are we not waking up at this time? Why are we having extra sleep? Maybe that's now the time we need to sleep to. So you may find that that's impacting your Monday morning. So yes, you get more sleep on that, Saturday morning or Sunday morning, but maybe that's impacting then your Monday morning and how you start your week. The other point I want to make about this one is, and it's a really challenging one, but try to go to bed as early as possible. I often go to bed, my regular bedtime is 9 p.m. Sometimes it could be 8:30, sometimes it could be 9:30, but generally it's about 9. So try and go within 30 minutes of that bedtime. If you're someone who always goes to bed at 1 a.m., 2 a.m. in the morning, try to shift that a little bit earlier and not all at once. Move it 15 minutes earlier for 3 or 4 days, then another 15 minutes earlier, because studies have shown that the quality of sleep that we get before midnight is so much higher than that quality of sleep you get after midnight. So if you've ever wondered why when you put your kids to bed, they seem to sleep the first part of the night, then wake through the second, that's just biologically normal. It's what happens. Our bodies are trained to sleep at that particular window. So if you can get to bed before midnight, I think it's either 1.5 or 2 times as much. So an hour's sleep before midnight is worth, if you sleep for an hour before midnight, it's the same as you sleeping for 2 hours after midnight. So it's worth more, if that makes sense. You're getting more for your money. So does that make sense? So if you can, get to bed earlier and try and be within 30 minutes of your bedtime every night if possible. So it's not long after the kids have gone to bed. They're normally down by about 7:30. My daughter's been pushing it lately. Sometimes it's closer to 8. And I have about an hour before I go to bed. The things that you can do. That was number 1, regular sleep-wake cycle. Number 2, limit caffeine in the afternoon. If you're very sensitive to caffeine, you may need to stop it by kind of 10, 11 a.m. If you're less sensitive, you may be able to have some just after lunch, but ideally no caffeine after, say, 2 p.m. in the afternoon, because you need to give your body a chance to get tired and to produce melatonin ready to prepare yourself for sleep. If you have caffeine too close to bed, that can unfortunately inhibit your sleep. And I don't just mean coffee, I mean tea, I mean soft drinks, things like Coke, Pepsi, they have caffeine in them. So just be aware. Things like chocolate also have caffeine in them, obviously in much smaller amounts, but just be aware of what you're eating, because there may be something that you're consuming that is inhibiting your sleep. Number 3, have some form of movement throughout the course of the day. Moving your body is going to signal to your body, this is the time to be awake. It's going to make you more tired and it's going to help you to sleep better. So it really, really does make a difference. I 100% promise that. So if you can move, and I don't mean you have to go and do, a crazy hour-long workout in the gym. I mean, just some simple movements. You can do simple movements around your house, some stretches, some yoga. You can roll around with the kids, run around with the kids in the backyard, literally get up, do a couple of squats, a couple of lunges, a couple of push-ups, something like that. It doesn't have to be something crazy. Go for a little walk, push the kid around in the pram, make it easy for yourself, but just move your body in some way. And if possible, get out into the great outdoors, because if you can signal to your body, this is the time to be awake. It's also helping your body know when to sleep. And that movement will help you to be tired. And your body wants to move. We're not meant to sit down for, 10 plus hours a day. That's not what humans were meant to do. We often, unfortunately, do that now between driving, sitting behind the desk, sitting on the sofa, watching TV. We do a lot of sitting, and that's not meant to be the way that our bodies are naturally, humans were meant to evolve to do. So your body wants to move. So just give it that movement. Get up and walk to the water fountain. Get up and go to the toilet. Walk around the block. Get up and go for a walk in your lunch break. Like, it doesn't have to be complicated. Just move your body during the daytime. It will help you sleep better. Number 4, I'm on? Yes. Number 4, have a wind down routine and make that the same, because it's that preparing your body, the same thing you do for your child. It prepares your body for bed. So with your child, you might have have dinner, have bath, have a story, go to bed. That's their routine. It's preparing their body, their mind. They know what's coming next. Do the same for yourself. Shut off the work. Turn off the TV. Have a shower, have a bath. Read a book, do some deep breathing exercises. And it doesn't have to be a lengthy thing. You don't need like an hour to do this. You can do it in like 5 minutes, but just do the steps to prepare yourself for bed. Obviously, your wind down routine will be different to someone else's, but whatever works for you. I find reading a couple of pages of a book can be hugely beneficial, because I'm already tired. It's going to make me fall asleep much easier. So just think about what do you need to do to wind down. And probably scrolling social media, watching something that's really compelling on the TV, or doing something that's going to keep your mind active is not going to help you sleep. And yes, it's the blue light, but it's also what you're going to think about. So I know if I've checked my emails right before bed and there's something I need to action, I'm then going to bed thinking that, I need to do this tomorrow, I need to do this, I need to sort this out. That's not going to help me sleep. That's going to make it more challenging for me to sleep. So what do you need to do in your wind down routine? Think it's similar to what you do for your children. Trying to eat right before you go to bed, because that will keep you up trying to digest your food. I would, even though I said do some movement in the daytime, do it in the daytime. Try not to do it right before you go to bed, because again, that's going to signal to your body it's time to wake up. It gives you energy. Moving your body gives you a burst of energy. You don't want to be giving yourself energy right before bed. I like to foam roll on the floor or do a few stretches, because I find that helps prepare my body for sleep, and it's something that I need to do. So if you can do that, that's cool, but don't do some high intensity exercise, because that can actually inhibit your sleep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Number 5. I skipped one. Number 5 is write down all the things in your brain before you go to bed. Literally everything. Whether that be something you need to remember to do tomorrow, someone you want to get back to for work, what your plan is for the day ahead, what you're going to eat for dinner the next day. Write it all down. Anything that's in your head, write it down. Just get it all out of your head. Do a brain dump. Doesn't matter what it is, the reason behind this. Because if you're going to bed thinking about something, it's going to stop you going to sleep. So by simply writing it all down, you've got it there. It can go out of your head and you can fall asleep much more easily. It could be mixtures of work, kids stuff, fun stuff, dinner stuff, chores stuff, doesn't matter. Just write everything down that's in your head that you can think of. You can put questions there, you can put a general statement, doesn't matter. Write it all down. Then when you wake up in the morning, you can look at that. You know it's going to be there. You don't need to think about it all night. Does that make sense? It just helps you to switch your mind off. And number 6 is focus on your sleep quality. Now, by this I mean we need to have a certain amount of deep sleep versus our REM sleep versus your light sleep. So quite a few of us have a lot of light sleep. That's when you can kind of, maybe you're disturbed, you can hear your children, you're still thinking, you're not really properly asleep. We do have light sleep and that is normal, but you need to make sure, and you may be tired if you're only getting light sleep. The REM sleep helps your problem solving, your creativity. It's often when you're more likely to dream. That's really, really important. And your deep sleep is that deep restorative sleep that we need to, set that reset button on our mind and on our body. Now, the easiest way to know whether you're getting the right quality, but enough quality sleep is to get a sleep tracker. You can do this. I've got my watch, so I've got a Garmin. It has a sleep tracker app within that. Apple watches do the same thing. You can get an Aura ring. There's a number of ways you can do it, but try and find a device that's able to track your sleep, because I think phones may even do it. I don't love sleeping with my phone right near my head, but find a way to try and track your sleep and see what's normal for you, and see if you can try and increase the quality of your sleep. So getting more REM sleep, getting more deep sleep versus that light sleep. Yeah, so whilst, as I said, you may only be getting those 4 hours of sleep, if you can get 4 quality hours, you're going to feel far better than if you're getting 4 terrible hours. Obviously, there's 6 things that you can do that should help improve the quality of your sleep. If you're able to nap during the day and you've got a very young baby, up to 18 months when they generally don't sleep great, by all means take naps, do what you need to do. Maybe you need to have some extra sleep if you can, if you've got someone to watch your baby in the morning, at nighttime. If someone's watching your baby at nighttime, then go to bed early so you can get that sleep in early. If someone's able to watch your baby in the morning and you want to have a later start to the day, great. Doesn't matter on your routine, but try and keep your routine consistent and really focus on that sleep quality. Like, if I can say one thing, if you sleep better and you feel more well rested, everything is going to feel better. From your relationship to your mood to your concentration, focus, and ability to do your work, your playtime and fun with the kids, how quickly you are to snap, how calm you feel, how much stress you feel. It's all going to be improved by sleeping better. So to me, it's not just one of the things we need to do. It should be the number one thing we're focusing on: sleep. If you want to feel good, be the best mum you can be the best employee you can be the best partner you can be, feel the best in yourself, focus on sleep. It's the one thing you can do. And around that, obviously, in order to get good sleep, you need to move your body, you need to eat well, you need to have a sleep routine, wake time, sleep time, all those types of things fall into it. But really try and see what can you do to increase the quality of your sleep, and ideally get a few more hours or minutes or whatever it is into your sleep, because honestly, there are very few people who can survive off kind of 4 or 5 hours sleep for a length of time. You might be one of those purple unicorn people that is able to function on that, but most people can do it for a period of time, and we all do it when our kids are little. That might be why things feel a bit of a blur and you can't really remember back then what happened. If your kids are getting a little bit older, mine have just started sleeping a lot better, so touch wood, that's going to continue, because I feel like a whole new person, and I look back and think, how did I do some of the things I did with that lack of sleep? But that comes down to kind of good routines, good habits and that type of thing, which is also what I help mums and women to work on. But I got through that period, and now I'm sure it will come back again at some point. And I'm not saying every night is a great night. Sometimes the kids are both up and they're crazy, but 9 times out of 10 we get some decent sleep in our house now, and I am so thankful, because I feel like a whole new person. I can focus on things, I can concentrate, I'm much calmer, I'm able to work on my relationship, I'm more likely to sit up and actually have a conversation with my husband rather than being like, oh, I'm so tired, I want to go to bed. So it makes everything better. Let me know if you need help getting better quality sleep. If you want to know how you can just generally feel better, get a bit of a routine in place for yourself, write chat below. I'll get in touch. We can chat by messenger. I can send you a few more videos, things like that. Let's see how we can help you. And I hope that that's been useful today. Let me know which of those 6 things you will find the most useful and that you will try out today and this week. And let's see how that impacts your sleep. Thank you so much for watching.